After independence of India, horticultural crops started getting proper attention with a boost in increasing activities in research and development of fruits and vegetables. In a few decades, horticultural production of India attained new heights by rising to the second position in the world in production of fruits and vegetables. India now produces about 45 million tons fruits and about 90 million tons of vegetables every year. However, about 20 to 40% of the total production is lost during post-harvest handling of this perishable commodity. In financial terms, these losses amount to an estimated value of rupees 50,000 to 60,000 million. These losses occur at several stages in the chain of post-harvest management, such as harvesting, grading, packing, transport, storage, and marketing. These losses can be reduced to a great extent by adopting proper management practices in post-harvest handling of fruits and vegetables. While the commercial management of using refrigeration and pre-cooling method is costly, it is possible to use low-cost methods at the village level to keep the fruits and vegetables fresh for local markets and for earning more income by increasing the shelf life of these perishable products. At the time of harvest, moisture content in fruits and vegetables is very high. Horticultural produce like fruits, vegetables are living tissues separated from the parent plant. These perishable commodities must be stored in a place where various physiological processes such as respiration, transpiration, and other metabolic activities can be controlled. Various storage structures such as cool stores, warehouses, refrigerated stores are used for storing fruits and vegetables. However, at village level, only low-cost methods such as Pusa zero-energy cool chamber can be used. Temperature control throughout the period between the harvest and utilization has been found to be the most important factor in maintaining the product quality. Precise control of temperature is essential to optimize the storage life. Storage in cool atmosphere retards the aging due to ripening, softening, and color changes. The refrigeration reduces the undesirable metabolic changes and respiratory heat production. The higher the storage temperature, the higher is the respiratory rate. The loss of stored food reserves in fruits and vegetables through respiration results in decreased food value, loss of flavor, physiological loss in weight, and more rapid deterioration. The rate of respiration in harvest vegetables and fruits strongly determines their post-harvest life during transport or storage. Keeping the harvested fruits and vegetables at their lowest safe temperature increases storage life by lowering respiratory rate, decreasing sensitivity to ethylene, and reducing water loss. Loss of water from fruits and vegetables is often associated with a loss of quality, as visual changes such as wilting, shriveling, and textural changes. Any method of increasing the relative humidity of the storage environment will slow down the rate of water loss. Another method is to add moisture to the air around the fruits and vegetables as mist or sprays, or by wetting the floor of the storeroom. For refrigeration to be effective in deferring deterioration, it is important that the temperature in cold storage rooms be kept as constant as possible. Exposure to alternating cold and warm temperatures may result in moisture accumulation on the surface of the fruits and vegetables, which may hasten decay. Ideal storage temperature and relative humidity for some commercially important fruits and vegetables. Okra, 7 to 10 degrees Celsius, 90 to 95% humidity. Green peas, 0 degrees Celsius, 95 to 98%. Cauliflower, 0 degrees Celsius, 95 to 98%. Carrots, 0 degrees Celsius, 95 to 100%. Ginger, 13 degrees Celsius, 65%. Tomatoes, 8 to 10 degrees Celsius, 90 to 95%. Radishes, 0 degrees Celsius, 95 to 100%. Spinach, 0 degrees Celsius, 95 to 100%. The Pusa Zero Energy Cool Chamber or PZECC provides the kind of cool atmosphere required for the storage of fruits and vegetables. It reduces temperature and increases humidity. The PZECC can be constructed with locally available material in rural areas, in various agroclimatic conditions where humidity is low and temperature is high. The materials used are bricks, sand, bamboo, khaskhas or straw, gunny bag, etc. A source of water is also needed. For constructing the PZECC, that is Pusa Zero Energy Cool Chamber, an upland is selected with a nearby source of water supply. The floor of this cool chamber is made by laying the bricks in an area which should be 165 centimeters long and 115 centimeters wide. After making the floors, the walls are also constructed. Another wall is also constructed parallel to the outer wall, leaving a cavity of 7.5 centimeters between the two walls with a height of 67.5 centimeters.
For selection of the site, one thing, you have to select a site where there is no water logging, number one. Number two, that if you don't have a pakka floor, then we have to make a pakka floor with the bricks. Even the used bricks also will be enough. Then second thing is that when you lay the bricks, the interlocking is very important. Interlocking between the bricks, because we are not using any cementing material or cementing agent, and only fine riverbed sand we are using it, so that if you do not do the interlocking, it will topple down. Third most important thing is that the height of the chamber should not be more than its width. If the height is more than its width, then there is a chance of toppling down the chamber.
After filling the cavity, the sand is soaked with water so that it remains wet. The chamber is now drenched with water. Now, take the fine riverbed sand and fill the 7.5 centimeter wide cavity between the outer and inner wall.
So before you put the sand in the cavity wall, it has to be it has to be mixed with little water and to make a lumpy conditions like that, so that it will be very easy to fill the cavity.
The top cover of this cool chamber is made with bamboo frame and straw or khaskhas or dry grass or sirki, etc. The bamboo frame should be 165 centimeters long and 115 centimeters wide, so that the cool chamber is fully covered. The whole structure must be saved from direct sunlight or rain. Therefore, a thatch or shade is made to protect it from direct sun or rain. The sand, bricks, and the top cover of the cool chamber are kept wet by sprinkling water over them. The chamber can keep the inside temperature 10 to 15 degrees Celsius cooler than the outside temperature. It also maintains a relative humidity of 90%. However, to get these parameters, the chamber has to be kept wet. by watering it twice, daily, in the morning as well as in the evening. For this, a drip watering system can be used with plastic pipes and microtubes. These are connected to an overhead source of water. The cool chamber is now ready to store fruits and vegetables. These commodities can be stored in the chamber by using perforated plastic crates. These crates are covered with a thin polythene sheet of 100 to 200 gauge. This chamber can hold 100 kilograms of fruits and vegetables for different periods, such as mango for 9 days in June or July, where it can be kept for only 6 days at room temperature. Banana for 20 days in October-November, 14 days at room temperature. Sapota or chiku for 14 days in November-December, 10 days at room temperature. Grapefruit for 70 days in December-March, 27 days at room temperature. Lime for 25 days in January-February, 11 days at room temperature. Kinnu for 60 days in December-February, 14 days at room temperature. Potato for 90 days in March or May, 46 days at room temperature. Tomato for 15 days in April to May, 7 days at room temperature. Amaranth or cholai for 3 days in May or June, less than 1 day at room temperature. Methi for 10 days in February-March, 3 days at room temperature. Parval for 5 days in May or June, 2 days at room temperature. Okra or bhindi for 6 days in May to July, 1 day at room temperature. Carrot or gajar for 12 days in February-March, 5 days at room temperature. The maximum difference in temperature between cool chamber and outside was noted in the months of April, May and June. This could be attributed to low outside relative humidity during that time of the year.
These are the palak, so which are harvested 2 days before from the field and kept in ambient condition, and this is the palak and harvested on the same day and kept inside the pusa genealogical chamber. You can very easily see the difference between this. This has got wilted and it has become totally unmarketable, whereas this is still marketable and in fresh condition. The primary reason is that the moisture loss and the rotting is very high in the commodity or the palak stored in the outside, whereas in cool chamber this is very, very fresh condition. Similar is the case in case of this radish. This radish, it got totally wilted, which was kept in outside condition 2 days before after harvest, whereas this radish which are kept inside the cool chamber, it is very, very fresh. Similarly, many fruits and vegetables can be kept in a good fresh condition for say ranging from say 2 days to sometimes weeks, and in some cases sometimes in months.
The total cost of constructing the Pusa Zero Energy Cool Chamber of 100 kg capacity is around 25,000 rupees, depending on the cost of bricks and availability of sand etc. locally. 100% grant in aid is available under the scheme of establishment of nutritional gardens in rural areas from National Horticultural Board. The cool chambers may be installed in villages and for demonstration in rural schools and community buildings. Panchayats and self-help groups may be encouraged to construct them throughout the country. Apart from farmers' fields, the cool chambers can be installed profitably wherever the fruits and vegetables are held temporarily. Small farmers can easily construct these cool chambers near their fields or houses. They can store a few days' harvest before dispatching to the wholesale market. In this way, the farmers can avoid the clutches of the middleman and will not be forced to make any distress sale. Some precautions are to be taken in using these cool chambers.
This Pusa Zero Energy Cool Chamber is very important for keeping the fruits and vegetables for short-term storage. Like the farmers, they harvest their produce and they do not have some time to go to the market, or they do not have some accumulated material for marketing in the mandis. So they can store it for say about 2 days, 3 days, or maybe up to a week, so that they can go to the market when they have got accumulated produce. And these chambers should be constructed under a shade, always under a shade, either under the shade of a tree or a thatch like this. Then it should be protected from the direct sunlight. If there is a direct sunlight on the chamber will be heated up and naturally efficiency will go down. Third important thing is that there should not be any water drops on the fruits or vegetables. If there are water drops on the fruits and vegetables, then it will cause the spread of the microbial infection. Sorting of the infected or the diseased fruits and vegetables is very, very important. You should not keep any diseased or sorted, fungal infected or any other insect infected fruits or vegetables inside the chamber, so that if you keep it, that infection will spread very high because of the high humidity inside the chamber and very favorable temperature condition inside the chamber. These are some of the very important precautions. Another one very important thing is that periodically you should disinfect the chamber with biopesticides like neem based products, so that the chamber can be sanitary condition and the phytosanitary condition can be maintained very nicely.
The site must be having a natural flow and at a higher level so that rainwaters do not flood the chamber. Always construct the chamber in an elevated place to avoid waterlogging. Use only unbroken, clean bricks with good porosity. The sand also must be clean and free from organic matters, clay, etc. Always keep the bricks and sand saturated with water. An overhead thatch or shade is must to be constructed to avoid direct exposure of the chamber from sun and rain. Avoid using bamboo baskets, wooden boxes or fiberboard boxes or gunny bags for storing the fruits and vegetables in the cool chamber. Always use the perforated plastic crates for storage. Prevent water drops coming in contact with stored material. Keep the chamber clean and disinfect chamber periodically with biopesticides or permitted chemicals to protect it from fungi, insect pests and reptiles, etc. The cool chamber should be reinstalled once in 3 years with new bricks, utilizing the old bricks for other purposes. This cool chamber can improve the nutritional status of the rural masses. It can also increase per capita availability of fruits and vegetables. It can also help in maintaining the ecological balance and improving economic conditions of the farmers.